You must understand the whole of life, not just one little part of it. That is why you must read. That is why you must look at the skies. That is why you must sing and dance and write poems and suffer and understand for all that is life. Lovely quote by J. Krishnamurti, a philosopher, speaker, and writer from India. Hello, my name is Malati, and this is my show titled The Impressive Empress. Here, I talk to women leaders to understand what it takes to become a leader, to understand their journey from within, the journey to becoming a woman leader with a higher purpose. Our guest for the day, Professor Dr. Parul Shah, is one of the rare combinations of performing artist, cross cultural choreographer, Bharatanatyam Guru, a dance educator, a scholar, researcher, arts administrator, and a highly motivated human being. Though having a high educational quotient, she decided to become a Bharatanatyam dancer. She enjoys being a woman, is very passionate about dance, and believes that dance connects people way better than words can. Professor Shah was the former dean and head professor at the Department of Dance, the Maharaja Sayaji Rao University of Baroda at Vadodara. Currently, she works as a principal investigator for MHRD UGC content, PG Patashala, and MOOCs in Swayam project in performing arts, especially dance. She is perhaps the first in performing arts of India to receive the Choreo Mundus Heritage Master Fellowship as the visiting scholar of the Erasmus Mundus of the European Union. She was awarded the Senior Fulbright Fellowship in 92-93 for her pioneering work in movement analysis, the notation in Indian classical dance. Along with the Laban movement analysis, she got trained in the application of the same as therapy. She is a recipient of many national and international awards for her creativity. She became very popular with the choreography of all the dances of the first Ramayana serial by the famous Sri Ramanand Saga, which was retelecast on National Doordarshan during March April 2020 with a special suggestion from the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi. During her deanship in 1995 at the Maharaja Sayaji Rao University of Baroda, a special Garba festival was started for just women. This unique Garba event has carved a special name for the preservation and assimilation of this rich cultural heritage. Join me as she talks about her passion, hard work, and the support of her family and friends that enabled her reach great heights. Namaste, Parulji.
Namaste, Balaji.
Good afternoon to you. A very warm welcome to our show called The Impressive Empress, where I'm talking to women leaders from, especially women, Indian women leaders from various walks of life, trying to understand their inner journey, their journey to their personal growth, their journey to actually finding out their inner potential and actualizing it. So, trying to understand how they started, where they started, and where they are today. So, covering a few decades of their lives. I'm very
Yeah.
happy that you have taken this time out to join us, to talk to us, trying to
Uh,
inspire more women. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Maltiji, and the concept with which you are doing this work in the Impress. So it's an amazingly new way of looking, and when you work with women and think of uh, Indian women and the way they have led their lives doing different things in society. Your idea and its propagation is something really admirable.
Thank you, Parul.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I think
Mhm.
Indian women deserve a lot more, and this is what I try to bring out in my tiny little way, I should say.
There was a time when women were devis. There was a time. But then every time, time changes. and that change makes change.
Mm.
So again, we are trying to go back to those glorious days.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
even when the time has changed, Indian women, I think we have it all in us, within us, to bring that glory back to the forefront and not shy away from the responsibilities or from our skills and talents, whatever we have. I think.
I think from the times that I'm talking of Devis and times till today, there has been a very logical understanding of humanity in the whole of Indian cultural traditions, and which is that the man and woman are both equal. If it is the, let's say, a bullock cart going on, if one wheel and the other wheel are not equal and moving in the same way, then there will be an imbalance and the cart cannot go. But here, both are going in the same way, same pace, with everything same, with the same responsibilities.
Mm,
That that has so far not changed, though taken different shapes.
mm,
And this I'm talking in a larger context. In smaller ways, things have changed somewhere, you're less, more, all has happened. But still, a composite understanding of Indian culture is an equality, a base of equality, which has not gone.
mhm.
And that's what I think are and were Indian women.
Mm. Beautiful, beautiful. Before I move on with the other questions that I have prepared for you, I would like you to introduce yourself, Parulji. Let us understand the beautiful path that you have taken before we get to hear your beautiful answers too.
Uh, I am very proud to be an Indian woman. I enjoy being a woman. And whatever has gone in my life or is going is all because of my enjoyment of being a woman. Uh, I'm born and brought up in Vadodara, which is on the western coast of India. And Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi, or the Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, is born in this state, and so is the present Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi. So that is the kind of state that I belong to, and the city is called the cultural capital of Gujarat. We have the one of the first universities with mm, 1949, a residential university with English medium. So it's in very liberal, democratic milieu that I'm born and brought up and lived my life. Though I have traveled all over the world, lived everywhere, but the kind of freedom and space that I have got in Baroda is something very creditable and unusual.
Hmm. It's
Yeah.
very interesting, Parulji. I mean,
Yeah.
from your profile, I see that your academics are quite diverse, from physics to a degree to in taxation, and then you went on to get a degree in a master's in music, and then in dance, and then you studied movement analysis. You must certainly be feeling. You must be feeling very proud of all that you have acquired. Can you
Uh,
go through your thought process and how these
I
have helped in your life?
Yeah, I will see. I'm one of the five daughters, and the youngest of my family. We were five daughters, and something that our parents were very keen was giving us education, if nothing else. So there is an engineer, there is an architect, there is a gynecologist, and there is an business management person in the family, all four daughters. And I was also planning to be an astronaut, astrophysicist. And but during my school days, I learned Bharatanatyam because it was my some friends were going, so why not? School days it was an hobby, so I joined first vocal music and then I joined dance, but it was more for fun and just like that. My total attention was in my academics and because I wanted to be a physicist. Uh, then during that period, I came across my teacher, my guru, who was the head of the dance department at that point, and she was a tiny woman, 4 foot 10 inches, and but it was a person that you had to, once you see her, you had to look at her. You could not ignore her. So she was. I said, "This is what I want to be." She was either hated or she was loved. There was no in between. And I said, I want to be like this person. So, to be like this person, what do? You do what she was doing. That was my simple logical understanding as a 16, 17-year old. And so, from physics, I shifted to dance. But at the same time, this love for physics and astronomy was not going away. So at that point, that is in 1970, MS University allowed persuasion of 2 degrees at a time. So here was morning 8 to 12:30 dance, 12:30 to 5:30 physics, maths, statistics, 6 to 8 again dance. That was the full day for me doing B Muse. The degree is called B Muse, but it is Bachelor of Music with specialization in dance. Similarly, I completed Bachelor of Masters of Music specializing in dance. When I finished my bachelor's, I said, no, I don't want to do anything else, just dance. My father thought, fine, why not? But my mother was a little more concerned that what they had no idea of what is dance in their life or where dance would take anybody. They had no idea. We were educated, highly educated, brilliant people, but we were not much exposed to music and dance, and whatever the general common exposure that people had was not very positive or conducive to a individual's life. That's what they thought. So my father was a lawyer, so he said, okay, you can also study law. So along with masters in dance, I studied law, and that's where taxation and everything comes. After the masters, no more nothing. It's only dance. It's only dance. And so I did my PhD. Then in 1992, I got senior Fulbright. I completed my PhD in 83, and then I was in USA for 1 year as part of the India Festival doing choreography of 2 Sanskrit plays with Kavalan Panikan Narayan and Philip Zarali. So that was my first exposure to outside India. And it opened my eyes in other different manner. But still, also it helped me recognize my country and myself much more. Uh, that was the time I was married, we were married, and my husband was also in USA completing his medical work. So it was a perfect time for us because we had green cards. and for us to settle in USA. But somewhere along the line, I now jokingly say that I wanted to see the colors of my country and feel the sounds of my country. So we came back in 85. And then when I went to senior Fulbright, I and before that, I had started already working with the head of the dance department, chairperson in the University of Wisconsin in Madison. And her expertise was Laban's movement studies, which interested me into that. And so uh, I also started working, and then I got this senior Fulbright to do more work on the movement analysis of the emotional states of Bharatanatyam. And during that time, I was starting learning Laban and the movement therapy, dance therapy. And so all these things came about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very interesting journey, Parulji. This is
Yeah.
something like there's passion, there's purpose. Some
Yes.
some go in the direction of their passion, while some are very clear about their purpose and they move in that direction irrespective of what their passion is. Today, the world says that follow your passion if you want to be successful. I think you are one person who has followed her passion, but have you realized your purpose?
I'm still in the process. I don't think the one lifetime is enough to realize my passion, my purpose. Yes, it is on the right track, I think. But so much is there still to understand, to comprehend. So many issues. I mean, dance world is like dance world is huge, and to be able to understand and excuse excuse me,
Maybe you want to
yeah, just a second.
warm water.
So the passion continues, and but I have still a lot and lot to understand and practice in the world of dance. Because see, as I told you, in my background, I come from a Gujarati family. In Gujarat, though the Devadasis, the first coming out from Tamil Nadu was to Gujarat, the court of Gaikwads in 1886. But still, people at large in India were not so exposed to the dance, Bharatanatyam, or any format for that matter. Gujarat had these Bharatanatyam and Kathak and everything. But still, it is still, even today, it is more of a community of enterprising people with a nature which makes them do lot of adventure business and all over the world. When we say that there is a saying in Gujarati that jana pahunche Ravi, that is the sun, where it cannot reach, the poet will reach. And Jhan pahunche Kavi, tya pahunche Gujarati. And even where a poet cannot reach, a Gujarati will reach. So any corner of the world, you will find this brilliant, enterprising Gujarati. We are so free to take from people so many things. But in the same process, also our things go away because you can't keep everything with you. So it's in kind of balancing area that, and then I studied, even my diploma in dance was part of the dance department. It was the first dance program in the whole of India, university program. And even today, the Faculty of Performing Arts at the Maharaja Sayajirao University remains the torchbearer of the performing art institutions, because here under one roof you can learn music, dance, theater, all. Some people have dance, some people have music, some people have theater, but here we have all one.
Mm.
So my learning there was a bit different than what people are used to in an one person institution. Here was a institution, but it was the democratic institution, and which projected the new political cultural life of India, because in 1947, and this started in 1949. So here was a liberality, a democracy. So when we had dance classes, I had 4 teachers in 4 years. I did not study under one individual all my life. I studied with different people. Though, and because as you study in dance, it is so much connect, because it's body. The bodies speak. You learn to speak and understand the actions which do not have words, but you understand much more through the movement. That's where the movement analysis comes of Laban, which says that, and that is what the Bharata's Natya Shastra has talked about, that the body is the spokesperson. It is not the words. Words can fool you, but the body actions can never fail. So, in this liberal atmosphere, when I was studying, I was not just exposed to the practice of Bharatanatyam, amalgam, its music, its rhythms. No, not only that. I was exposed to Martha Graham, Merce Cunningham, Japanese Buto, the Kudiyatam, everything that is dance, to understand about dance. And it opened my vista much, much more. Still, because dance is what we say, Guru Sishya Parampara. So the teachers were there, and we had as much oneness uh, uh, with them that is with any personal private guru. So this is where my makeup of dance is, I think, and I believe today I say that my first guru is the Maharaja Sayajirao University, because what it has taught me and what it has given me is much, much more. And then comes Anjali Bell, who, that lady that I talked to about, this tiny one.
Mm.
And luckily or unluckily for me, she also passed away in 1979 with at very young age. So from 1980 onwards, where I'm about 27, I had to do whatever I had to do myself.
Mm.
And so,
It
yeah.
goes on. And this has resulted in you achieving so much, not only as a performing artist, you have also done a lot of cross-cultural choreography, you've been a Bharatanatyam guru, you've been a dance educator, a scholar, a researcher, and now you're also creating, you have been invited by the Ministry of Human Resources Department to bring up or to bring together an MOOC kind of a curriculum for
Yeah.
learning performing arts.
Yeah. Uh,
Amazing uh, journey this is. What do you
It,
think have been your strengths that have helped you achieve all this?
uh, one is I, uh, I think I have realized the strength of a human being, and dance is one thing which is giving you the freedom to explore the strength, I feel. When we talk of Ashtarasas and Navarasa, the understanding of human emotions is so much enground into you for years and years and years together that you can understand, explore, and work in any situation with lot of strength.
Mm.
So that has been my most strongest point of understanding, but which has come through dance. And then, of course, is my family, my friends, and my students who have given a great life.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, we always owe it to so many people around us, so many systems around us. You know, when someone is successful, it's not just my success, it's not just my effort that makes me sit in a position or claim success over something. I'm very happy and humbled to hear you mention all of these people who have supported you along your way. There was one question which I had in mind, and you have, it was as if you read my mind and you answered. How, how I will anyway spell out the question for the benefit of others. So,
Yeah.
having seen the diverse applications of dance, and by learning through, you mentioned you had every year you had a different guru, and not just from India but from across the globe. So, how do you think the performing arts as a profession or as a hobby enriches one's life?
I believe very strongly that any branch of performing arts, because we have this saying also from, I don't remember exactly which text, but it says that people who do not pursue any art form or literature or something like that in their lives are people without tails. You see, they're not humans. So, art and cultural orientation has a great thing to play in any individual's life. Uh, it need not be for pursuance as a career per se, but you enjoy that. So, and also Natya Shastra categorically says that it is not arth uparjanarthe, not to earn money through that. If it comes as a byproduct, it is fine. But if you think that you will learn Bharatanatyam and then you will earn money through that, in one and two, to meet these two is very tough. Very, very tough. It's because there are not too many performances happening, there are not too many jobs happening, so the scope is so very, very limited. And then there are so many people learning. So I sometimes very cynically say that there is a mass production without quality control. But for your passion, for your enjoyment, for your love for life, you must practice and learn an art.
Mm,
Must. So you can do a bank job or you can be the CEO of something or something, but go in the evening and practice dance and music for 1 hour, 2 hours. And now today we are talking of the stress busting and so and so forth. But it is inherent. Like, why was Ravan the great musician? Why did all the princes had to learn some music, some dance? during their learning period in any of the texts that you read. Because of that they had to experience the passion that any art form gives to the human being. And so it is an must for every individual to pursue some or the other art form. Even if in their early life, the love will continue. My son, who is a corporate lawyer, but he learned tabla, and even today he continues playing tabla after, when the whole day's hard work is over, then he will sit on the tabla and play for at least 10-15 minutes. He
Hmm.
said, "Ma, nothing gives me more pleasure than this."
Very nice. But I really liked your comment, or when you mentioned that art helps you understand your strengths. It kind of takes the attention inwards. So that
I
is
will tell you something. You said the MOOCs and MHRD and all that. So in 2012, I was dean in the Faculty of Performing Arts, my second tenure. When deanship is like needs a lot of work, other than I would enjoy teaching, so I was not taking away from my teaching area. Teaching I must do after 12 o'clock. Okay, in the dean's office. So in 2012, I got invited by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, which is now, and the UGC University Grants Commission. They had planned these courses on computer learning from computers. So here the course is in performing arts. So first, I didn't pay any attention. I said, "This is nonsense." For one whole year, I did not pay attention. Then I realized there is that during that time I was talking to some of the very well established dancers and critics, and I think 99.9% were saying that how can dance or music or theater be taught to anybody through the computer screen? How can you do that? And so everyone was putting down that idea. I said, "ठीक है, no." Then I was selected as the Heritage Scholars by Erasmus Mundus of the European Union. I spent about 4 weeks in Northampton University in Britain. And then on coming back, I thought, why don't I try something? And this brings me to 2014, and I said, "Let's try." So we, along with my colleagues and friends, prepared a module for teaching this. And I was supposed to, I went in the morning to Delhi. I presented the module, and in the same meeting, we were given the whole project of 16 papers, each with 35 modules, and about 1 crore 25 lakhs rupees, which is a very high sum for India. And next day, this is very important. Next day, my chemotherapy started.
oh,
So it was, as we were preparing these modules, I was going through my treatment. It was 2 years and 2 years, 2014 to 16, 2014 to 16. And you will not believe, of all the 77 subjects, we were the first ones to complete the whole project. So I think that dance and academics and learning gave me strength to come across and fight the disease, which is kind of life killing.
yeah,
So that's the way to me dance is.
yeah. You have not only gone the extra mile, I think you have gone the extra long mile uh,
Yeah.
to bring the benefits to more people, I would say, because today during this COVID situation, most of it has happened online.
And those Swayam modules, they are online anywhere in the world. People can see, they are seeing and learning. Because I realized that in Baroda, if there was not this university, where would I learn dance? Because there was nobody to teach me dance.
Mm,
And in Baroda, we have now few people, but outside Baroda, in small places, where will anyone be teaching and learning dance?
mm,
So I realized that technology has some great positive contributions, that it has helped us to learn. And after this 4 years, and in the, as you say, in the present situation, last year we started MOOCs, that is massive open online courses, which is, again, this is all free, offered by the government of India. So the first Natya Shastra course is offered now, and the second one will go. So you just register and you learn. That's it. Period.
mm,
Nothing. So it gives you so much, and wherever you are in the world, in the Timbuktu, anywhere, you, wherever there is a connectivity, you learn.
mm.
And this is a privilege. Right now, it is the greatest privilege that we all have. Nobody expected something like this present situation of pandemic to happen, but it has happened. And all the more that the this learning modules are useful.
Exactly. So very true. I mean,
Yeah.
at a time and at an age when so many people would just want to retire, you are still so active with all that you are doing.
Oh
And
no, I have my seniors at 80 who are dancing.
hmm,
So I have a long way, and there are illustrious people way ahead of me. So
okay,
I have, it's nothing.
it's nothing.
Yeah.
Humility, man. But what is your motivation to do this?
My motivation is simple, that human life is given to you once in lifetime. When you come and when you're going, nobody knows. During this time, if you can be just a little honest within yourself, and if you can contribute a tiny little something to people around you, to the society, to your family, that's it. That is my motivation. Today, I'm saying, these days I'm saying much more loudly than earlier, that I have now nothing to lose or gain. So let me work for dance. Whatever I have, I want to give to dance. That's all. So working for dance, living for dance is, I think, my inner motivation.
Yeah, truly impressive. But you have also mentioned that most of your dance productions are women centric. You have also started a women only Garba festival in Baroda. How do you come up with such concepts, and how
Uh,
has this impacted?
uh, as I come from a family of five daughters, and life has always has its ups and downs, and I'm seeing things that, or feeling things that women want to say, and I want to say. So my only medium is dance. I did with Peggy Choi. She's an American, Taiwanese, Taiwanese American, a dance person. So they are also exposed to Ramayana and Mahabharata. And as on our discussions, we realize that we want to, lot of people do, interpret Draupadi. And so we came up with this idea of Abhisha, that Draupadi ultimately says that all of you who are sitting here, my loved ones, my revered ones, my gurus, my family, my husbands, you have publicly watched my rape and kept silence. This is my curse on all of you, that again and again, till you all don't get up and stop, the situation will repeat. So that is Abhisha. Then I had one Kanya Vidai, which is the story of Shakuntala. And in my ultimate end, I said that, hey, Mother Earth, give me space, part for me. I don't want to live in this world where my loved one forgets me. I have to show my purity. I would prefer to go away. So these are the kind of things that I feel very intensely. And my dance is the only way that I can take it out. Or recently, we did a dance drama called Rajalakshmi, which is the story of the city of Baroda and the coming up of my university. So that is the story of the woman, that is the Rajalakshmi of the city. So these are the kind of things that I do. And uh, my first tenure as the dean in 1995, as you perhaps know, the whole of Gujarat is so kind of mesmerized, so much involved in Garba. For it's our great passion, Garba. But last so many years, uh, the Garba which was performed is the mother goddess worship. Everything remains, but the mother goddess, the women, are kind of sidetracked. And these huge pandals where 20, 30, 40,000 youngsters dance. There is no space for maybe a person like me or you, or because it's like a frenzy and people are dancing. So I thought, why not start a Garba for the women, by the women, of the women. So at that point in Baroda, the mayor was a woman. So she provided us 80 trucks of nice mitti to level the garden. One of my close friends, she was a good singer, so she said, I will sing. And that's how we created a garba, and we created something that Garba has to be also sung. It is not a playback singing that you go on dancing, ding, 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 and somebody goes on singing. You need to sing, because through this movement, through the recitation, and through the worship, the mother goddess is evoked. It is the feminine energy which is evoked. So even till today, I am trying my hardest best that at least 30, 40 women together will sing 5 garbas, no more, and dance.
Mm,
So in my performing group, I insist that on the stage we have to sing ourselves. It's not going to be playback singing.
mm.
So, and then from that time, 96, the women Garba continues till last year. This year we won't be able to do.
Yeah. From the way you are saying, it actually brings me to the spot where the Garba is happening, so much
Ah,
so that I want to visit it the next
yes,
time.
yes,
Yes. So, with
yes.
all of this work comes the next question, especially for women, of the work life balance. Can you talk a little bit about your role as a as a woman, as a woman, we have multiple roles as a daughter, as a sister, as a mother, and now as a mother in law, perhaps, or as a grandmother, and your profession. How do you balance?
I think I am one of the lucky few where the family support. My family, my husband, especially my husband, understood my passion for dance, my love for dance, and not only passion and love, the requirement of the dance field that I have to work with musicians. My hours are not under my control. When you are rehearsing, you are practicing. My I had to go at 8 in the morning to the college till at least 1 in the afternoon, and again in the evening 5 to 8. During that time, my son, when he was growing, we had my parents to help, so that was a great help that my parents were there. And then Shashwat, my son, would travel with me to the faculty in the evening. So that's the way we kind of manage with each and every one, supporting each and every one. And uh, almost till he was about 11 or 12 years, 10 years old, he accompanied me in all my performing tours. And that is the reason today he's a world traveler and he enjoys life because he experienced life in all kinds of situations and places. Sometimes it was five-star hotel, and sometimes it was a very rustic village kind of a place where we had to go and perform. So, but it is it most of the time it worked out. It may have some issues at some points, but no, most of the time I think it was the family and their sensibility to me more than dance. To me, they valued me so much. They value me even now so much that and they realized that my I was crazy and stupidly in love with dance. So it's better that we accept and we help her to come over this love affair. So that's it.
You have been one of the lucky few to have this support system and have actually benefited out of it. But in all this, there might have been some sacrifices that you had to make, some change in priorities that you need to make, some adjustments that required. Can you please talk?
I There are many areas in which a woman, especially because these are the dance and music and theater, are in a sense traditional mediums. So a woman, see, you can see Bharatanatyam is more associated with Tamil Nadu and the southern areas. Here is in Gujarati. So I am already marginalized in that area. I am not sitting at the feet of the Guru. I study in an university. At the young age of 41, I received Senior Fulbright Fellowship, which is unusual for any performing artist all over India. And at almost the next year, I become the first woman being, first professor and woman being in the faculty of performing arts, which is so tradition bound. So things go up and down, but it is the strength of dance which teaches you to survive and go ahead.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. I was going to ask you, as women, Indian women, when we take to dance, it is something very natural and it is kind of expected of us, especially in the times when you and I grew up. But was it easy to assume the kind of leadership position that you have taken as a professor and dean? And how was it, or how is it different when a man is a dean?
Very tough. Very, very tough. It may be, mm, I think it's my observation that for all women in any field, when you come to this level of taking leadership, it gets tough. As long as you are in the middle area, in the lower area, people are very happy to you because you are the best people who work, who are most sincere, and that's it. But as you go higher up, it gets tougher. It gets very tough. And sometimes the survival is a problem.
Mm.
So, and I also went through such phases. Yeah.
Uh, Especially even today, we see success and likability are negatively correlated where it concerns a woman. So, have you also experienced this dynamic at work in India, outside India?
Much less outside India,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
Much less outside India. I don't know how I have been lucky, but outside India, there is tremendous value of my work in me.
Mm.
Here also, there is very um, high value of my work in me, but there is always a but. There is always a but.
Mm.
Reservation, difficulties, at times non-acceptance,
Mm.
you're keeping your head on the wall, have all happened and maybe few happening.
Mm. Yeah. So, what can the coming generations, the next generations, do that can change the situation? What can we do different?
See, one needs to understand the spirit of democracy, the spirit of freedom, and the strength and power of hard work. If these three can go, then the next generations, because they're so brilliant, they get so much of everything. If I earned 300 rupees a month, today's young person at that age earns at least 50,000 a month. So everything is much. But in dance, like you can be at 15 an entrepreneur and start a business and you can earn millions. Yes, but how will you dance without 10, 15 years of grilling hard work? How will you go top of the world? How will you earn that much money? These, like, let's say a medical surgeon, how will she or he, without practicing really hard, working hard through the studies and through their internships and so on and so forth, become a great surgeon master? It is all, there is no instant in that area. Same way in dance, in music, in theater, there is no instant. This is a grueling fact that the youngsters have to accept, but they are privileged. They have so much information, so much knowledge. So, using this and this together, they should be able to reach the top much faster. If it took me 30 years, the young person can reach in 20, 15 years.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, you have all along we have spoken about the positive aspects, about your strengths. Has there been something that you have been afraid of, some weaknesses?
Uh, I am afraid of what? Actually, my family says you are so stupid. You're not afraid of anything. So I don't know. But I do not like cruelty. I cannot stand cruelty.
Mm,
It can be to the humans. It can be to the animals. Uh, I don't like.
mm,
I I don't like. I will not. Or if I can't face or if I can't do anything, I run away
mm,
from there.
mm,
So this is my strong weakness, very strong weakness.
mm,
Oh, but I can't help.
mm,
I've tried, but I can't help.
mm. Yeah. So, David Brooks.
And my another thing is, I forget very easily because yeah, if something has happened, so it has happened. Now it's gone. Why would I want to carry the burden
Mm,
and move ahead? Then I can't move ahead. So sometimes it is negative that I don't remember such things, and sometimes it is good because thank God it's gone.
mm.
So yeah, yeah, like that.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a very beautiful word in Sanskrit for this. Agadita Gatana, they say. So
Yes,
bringing two opposite things together. Yeah, I also have the same strength or weakness, whichever side we want to look at. So uh,
that's why you said in the beginning that we connect so well.
yes, that's again a blessing. That's definitely a blessing. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, David Brooks, a columnist for the New York Times,
Hmm.
once made a list of six basic human needs that humans have in order to live a meaningful life: certainty, variety, significance, connection, growth, and contribution. And I'm sure you have excelled in all of these, and I'm sure you're living a very meaningful life. I would like you to leave us with one core message that you received from your gurus or from the people that you look up to, and something that's been your guiding light.
Mm, be what you are, honest to yourself, and love life fully.
Hmm. I didn't get the last one. And love,
Love life fully.
love life fully. Very beautiful. Beautiful like you, Parulji. This conversation has been so amazing, so much of wisdom that you have rolled out to all of us to grab. And once again, thank you so much for your time and words. Thank you.
Thank you. A great pleasure. And thanks to your organization, and your audience. And I wish all of you so very well. And inshallah, someday we will meet.
Yeah, thank you, Parulji.
Goodbye.
As J. Krishnamurti said, Dr. Shah has danced her way to understand so much about life and enjoys working even today to help aspirants actualize their potential. Thank you, Parulji, for putting your soul into your dance so people understand the language of dance. Salutations to such inspirers in our lives. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you liked this conversation and found it inspiring. If you think this could help transform minds, please share this with like minded people. You can listen to this podcast, The Impressive Emperors, on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Podbeans, Stitcher, and Player FM. Got a question that you want me to ask our next guest? Please do write to me at empress at Bhogya.online. EMPRESS at BHOGYA dot online. Please subscribe and follow the Impressive Empress on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest. Bye. Until the next time, take care.